Right, it's the valve cleaned up. I've descaled it all at work, decarbonised it. I've ground the valve in. You can see the ring, the nice clean grey ring all the way around. That's what you're aiming for a good seal. Now the valve's absolutely fine. Now it's been decarbonised, it falls in nicely. It's straight, so there's nothing wrong with the exhaust valve. The inlet valve, I don't think I'm going to take it out. I've poured some fuel down the inlet port. There's no leakage through past the valve when it's closed, so there's no problem there. Quite a good light to see that the head's in pretty good nick. It's all fairly straight. The original head gasket was asbestos sort of with copper either side. I can get a replacement head gasket, it looks like, online. So the next point is to reassemble this valve, put the valve spring and all the bits back in again, and then we'll I think we'll do a leak test of both the valves afterwards. It's very important to get rid of all the carborundum. This is the carborundum in these little pots here. One's a coarse and one's a fine. It's very important to remove all the carborundum from the engine because you don't want that wearing out the valve guides, etc. And then what I've got to do is get the bottom of the engine out to try and find that little pip that goes on the end of the rocker arm. So that'll be the next stage. I've also, but I haven't seen that on video, I've actually washed the engine down with sort of like a mild paint stripper. It's very mild, it's rubbish stuff actually. It's something we bought a couple of years ago. It's that stuff. Great strip, I'm sure it's a great strip, but it doesn't take paint off very well. So we used that. I used that just to brush down the engine. The head wasn't on it at the time, so this is still manky. The nameplate's cleaned up quite nicely. So that, yeah, so I'm going to get the valve springs back in, and then we'll start to think about getting the bottom ends separated. Now the bottom end is actually on a hinge, so that's really easy to work on. So all you do is you undo 4 large bolts and the whole thing rocks over. It's designed for ease of maintenance, obviously, when these things needed to be serviced, but I think we're at the stage now where we're going to put it back together, or certainly start to put the head back together.